After getting married, Chinyu was somewhat surprised by the intense desires hidden in Ping Jing's slender body, more so than he had imagined. When they first met, Chinyu had thought that a woman with a flat chest and small bottom like Ping Jing might be frigid. But he soon realized his perception was wrong. Less than 2 months into their marriage, through gradual experimentation, Chinyu discovered that Ping Jing's petite body was like a bottomless pit. If he could keep going all night, she would be tirelessly enthusiastic, never seeming satiated. As long as he wanted to, she was willing. At first, Ping Jing was a bit reserved. After all, they didn't know each other well before marriage and had not even kissed, let alone slept together. But once aroused, she couldn't hold back. Ping Jing would become excited like a twisting hemp rope, able to contort her body into several bends, wrapping tightly around Chinyu, allowing them to fit together seamlessly without any gaps, applying force everywhere. This would also greatly arouse Chinyu each time, but afterwards he would feel a kind of exhaustion from overexertion. Fortunately, his physical fitness was decent, otherwise he would have had to leave Ping Jing hanging halfway. He didn't know where she got such great enjoyment from. Especially every weekend after coming home from playing mahjong at Han Yun's place, whether due to the continued excitement from the games, or passionate mood from being among people and chatter, Chinyu could clearly feel Ping Jing's body much more aroused than usual. It was as if something was rampaging wildly inside her slender body, making her feel stifled if it wasn't released. Even if Chinyu didn't initiate, she would try every which way to seduce him a bit, then Chinyu would obligingly come once. In a marital relationship, the bedroom matters must be mutually accommodating, especially for them, starting from barely knowing each other, with no love at first sight, brought together entirely thanks to others' matchmaking. Moreover, the one who matched them was Chinyu's direct superior, Han Yun. Her husband Lao Feng was Ping Jing's school principal. Their relationships were a bit complicated. Han Yun was Lao Feng's second wife, or as they say in old terms, a concubine. Lao Feng's first wife had died of cancer a few years ago. In less than half a year after her passing, Lao Feng married Han Yun. Although a school principal is not a big official, Lao Feng had great sway. People without residential permits in that area couldn't get into his school even with 100,000 renminbi. According to Han Yun, as soon as summer vacation started, Lao Feng would turn off his phone and hide away somewhere. Unless you were someone prestigious, it was not easy for others to find him. So if Lao Feng wanted to get married, it was very easy to find a woman in her early 20s, like Han Yun. Han Yun was about 10 years younger than Lao Feng. She was stuck in her career, having stagnated at 30 years old in a mid-level civil servant position. Although not ugly, in others' eyes marrying Lao Feng meant she was climbing the social ladder. That kind of government agency, whether it offered substantial benefits or corruption opportunities, was all just lip service. As Lao Feng's subordinate, Chinyu knew this well. Half a year ago, Han Yun suddenly told Chinyu seriously that she wanted to find him a wife. Han Yun said it was an assignment from the organization, as if Chinyu being single was affecting the civilized development of their unit. But what moved Chinyu was Han Yun saying that in terms of officer promotions, those with harmonious and happy families had higher priority than older bachelors. She said older unmarried men and women were seen as socially destabilizing factors, causing others to ponder issues with their mindset, personality, and even sexual orientation. Moreover, not getting married at this age, how would they resolve physiological needs? If adopting other channels, problems with work conduct would inevitably occur. Analyzed this way, Chinyu felt if he didn't get married soon, he would be unforgivably sinful in every way possible. Also, the mention of promotion truly hooked Chinyu in. Having chosen to be a civil servant, who didn't want to move up? And Han Yun was his direct superior. Going against her would inevitably affect his future prospects. Although Chinyu knew, the reason he was single was because he felt his own conditions were lacking. Whether psychological maturity or financial circumstances, he didn't feel ready for marriage, intending to drag things out a bit more. It had nothing to do with mindset, personality, or sexual orientation like Han Yun described. But he didn't need to explain all this. As soon as Chinyu agreed to meet Ping Jing, Han Yun smiled satisfied and said that's right. Then she introduced Lao Feng's elementary school language teacher, Ping Jing, praising her endlessly for having an elegant temperament and refined air, making Chinyu think at first that Ping Jing must be very ugly. But upon meeting, Chinyu discovered the opposite was true. Han Yun's ignoring and demeaning Ping Jing's looks was just a scheme so that when Chinyu met her, he would feel that delighted sense of not bad looking, as if he had gotten a bargain. In truth, Ping Jing was quite good looking. Apart from her small chest and flat bottom, she had fair skin, a goose-egg face, protruding forehead, straight nose bridge, dainty lips, and long hair. Her long, swan-like neck was perfect for wearing scarves, as well as those wide, linen maxi dresses. The advantage of a small chest and butt was that she could make those loose, layered bohemian styles seem ethereally elegant. With Han Yun's prior embellishments about Ping Jing's inner beauty, upon meeting her, Chinyu truly felt stunned by her looks. Clearly Ping Jing also didn't expect Chinyu to be a normal-looking man with well-defined features. Later she told Chinyu that Han Yun had only said he was talented and wrote well, especially suitable for her as a language teacher. So at their first meeting, they had decent impressions of each other, but no particular strong feelings. Ping Jing's temperament and passable looks, as well as her somewhat reticent or lazy personality, were not Chinyu's preferred type at all. He liked warm women, and warm usually didn't mean skinny. But Chinyu didn't reject getting to know Ping Jing better, mainly because Ping Jing didn't reject him either. Han Yun was even more eager, saying, "I always felt they were a good match, that's why I tried to set them up. Now seeing them side by side, they're perfect indeed. What do you think, Lao Feng?" Lao Feng just laughed and said, "A perfect match, better than us too." Ping Jing indicated her acceptance to Chinyu, and they smiled at each other. After that, under Han Yun's enthusiastic matchmaking, they met a few more times at her house. That was when Chinyu discovered Han Yun liked to play mahjong, not with money, purely for entertainment. Lao Feng didn't mind either, saying he needed to relax from his usually stern persona. Later, Han Yun simply started calling them over to make up the table each Saturday. Every time they went, Ping Jing also brought things like fruit, meat, and vegetables. When dinner time came, they would just start eating right away. They maintained this habit even after Chinyu and Ping Jing got married. Chinyu and Ping Jing got married after 3 months of dating, when Lao Feng said his school had acquired land to build housing, giving priority to married staff. Ping Jing didn't have enough seniority, but with Lao Feng's backing, it wasn't an issue. So Chinyu agreed. Housing was a big deal. Chinyu knew with his salary, he probably couldn't afford to buy a place until 50. The two of them quickly got their license. Then within days of marrying, Chinyu's promotion to deputy section chief was also put on the agenda, thanks to Han Yun's maneuvering. Chinyu felt this marriage brought only benefits, ceremonious and practical. But it remained just cohabitating. Even after 7 nights of passionate sex, Chinyu's feelings for Ping Jing didn't rise one bit. Sometimes waking up at night, looking at Ping Jing in the dim light coming through the curtains from the community street lamps, he would suddenly feel like she was a stranger. He truly didn't understand how such a slender Ping Jing could have such intense desires. He had never probed close to the bottom of it. including many lifestyle incompatibilities, like he enjoyed showering in the morning, while Ping Jing preferred nights. He didn't eat spicy food, but Ping Jing loved it. He liked to sleep in pajamas, while Ping Jing would sleep naked even in the winter. Jinyu really wasn't used to this. Every time his limbs touched Ping Jing's bare body, he felt awkward. Later, he simply split the blankets. Ping Jing didn't protest either, seeming just as happy to do so. Sometimes there would be minor grumbling due to their different lifestyles, but most of the time there wasn't. Jinyu could sense that apart from passion during sex, Ping Jing's attitude towards him was one of mutual courtesy and respect. Perhaps due to personality, or the short time together, Jinyu often felt like he and Ping Jing were pretend spouses who had gotten a license. Whereas at Han Yan's place, being teased by the couple, they were able to conjure up some genuine married chemistry. Han Yan liked to jest. For instance, that night, when the mahjong was going smoothly, their topics went wildly off course. She smiled and told Ping Jing dramatically that she planned to officially split beds with Lao Feng. Ping Jing asked why, laughing. Han Yan said, "Lao Feng still sleeps naked at his age, I just can't stand it." Lao Feng's face turned red and he pushed Han Yan, "Don't spout nonsense. I'm dropping out this round." Han Yan said, "Why drop out? Ping Jing and Jinyu aren't outsiders." As she said this, she discarded a tile, but it slipped and fell to the floor. Jinyu swiftly bent down to pick it up. Sitting back up, he said, "The book said sleeping naked is good for your health. Principal Feng is practicing self-care." Ping Jing rolled her eyes at him, "Look who's so knowledgeable." Han Yan said, "If that's true, I'll give it a try too." Lao Feng said, "Let's eat dinner, I'm starving." Finally, the topic was changed. Then at dinner, Han Yun praised the tasty dishes and insisted on drinking some wine. After 2 cups, she said to Jinyu, "Your deputy section chief appointment is nailed down, it'll be publicly announced soon." This is an excellent start. Implying again that her own promotion was impending as well. Jinyu and Ping Jing promptly offered congratulations. Han Yun modestly said, "It wasn't all due to my own efforts." As she spoke, she nodded towards Lao Feng. "I've nearly used up all his resources these past 2 years, caused him so much trouble, cramming him with students." Lao Feng said, "Shameless bragging." Han Yun said, "What's there to be ashamed about? We're all family here. Ping Jing, work hard too. I'll be keeping an eye on Lao Feng to give you opportunities when they come up." Ping Jing said, "Then thank you in advance, sister." Han Yun insisted Ping Jing address her as sister to seem closer. Ping Jing just went along, occasionally joking and calling Lao Feng brother-in-law, as if it were real. Han Yun said, "That's just how the world works nowadays. We have to mutually boost each other up to all do well. If we undermined each other, life would be unlivable." "Right, Jinyu?" Jinyu nodded vigorously. His agreement this time wasn't just flattery, but heartfelt feelings. He of course understood the importance of supporting each other's reputation. After dinner on the way home, without waiting for Ping Jing to initiate, Jinyu, emboldened slightly by the wine, snuck into the bathroom while she was showering and said, "Or I could shower with you." Glancing back, Ping Jing said, "Don't you shower in the mornings?" Standing straight upright, Ping Jing's chest appeared even flatter. As Jinyu stripped, he said, "From now on I'll change my schedule to match yours." Once naked, he hugged Ping Jing from behind, causing her to bend forward slightly and brace her hands against the wall, sticking her bottom out. Jinyu didn't know if Ping Jing had done it intentionally, but he enthusiastically obliged, accurately and smoothly inserting himself into her body. Jinyu suddenly wanted to try another position, to probe the depth of Ping Jing's desires. He felt as her husband, this was the way he was most likely to find some clues. As for anything else, it would be even harder to figure out. For example, Ping Jing's relationship with Lao Feng Chenyu wasn't stupid, he had suspected it from the start. Han Yun was too eager to matchmake them, laying it on too thick, seeming premeditated. Later, after getting together, Han Yun's words always hinted at something. Like carelessly bringing up sleeping naked, it actually seemed more deliberately thrown out there. Including what she said about supporting each other, it all appeared too deliberate, as if reminding Chenyu while also teaching him what to do. That afternoon, when playing mahjong, Han Yun's action of dropping the tile was too abrupt. Chenyu bending over to pick it up was almost tacit understanding between them. But under the table there was nothing indecent at all. Lao Feng and Ping Jing's hands and feet were perfectly proper. So Chenyu had no evidence. Yet he didn't actually want evidence to uncover the truth about his marriage with Ping Jing. Ultimately, Chenyu didn't love Ping Jing. This marriage was simply life hijacking him, arranged by Han Yun's hand. But he accepted it, because there was no harm to him. Ping Jing wasn't good, but wasn't bad either. Chenyu felt neither love nor annoyance towards her. But life was calmer and more stable because of it. And with this marriage, Chenyu's career was also progressing smoothly. Soon they would have their own home too. For life itself, this was a win-win at every step. Chenyu felt this was enough. He didn't want any truths, just intended to continue playing his part. What Chenyu didn't know was that Ping Jing was merely playing a role in her own life too. There was never anything between Ping Jing and Lao Feng. To be precise, Lao Feng desired Ping Jing and had tried to coerce her with soft and hard tactics, but Ping Jing didn't let him succeed. It wasn't that Ping Jing was chaste and refused this kind of affair, but rather she didn't find Lao Feng attractive at all. However, she didn't have the ability to quit this hard-earned job, and continuing under Lao Feng like this wasn't a solution. Just as Ping Jing was at a loss of what to do, the unexpected happened. Lao Feng's hints and moves became more and more obvious, so unmistakable that someone finally couldn't stand watching anymore and tipped Han Yun off about Ping Jing's affair with Lao Feng. The tipster had wanted to undermine Ping Jing by staging a showdown between the main wife and little mistress. But it turned out Han Yun was the vain type who cared a lot about her marriage with Lao Feng. She absolutely didn't want to tearfully confront Lao Feng over this, nor make a big fuss. So instead, she attacked sideways as the matchmaker, pushing Ping Jing to her subordinate. She needed someone to keep watch over Ping Jing. Chenyu was suitable in every way. And as he grew closer with Lao Feng, even gaining some official capacity, Lao Feng also became wary, and even if he still had ideas about Ping Jing, didn't dare to make a move. When Han Yun deliberately dropped the mahjong tile and Chenyu swiftly bent down to pick it up, Han Yun knew she had found the right man. Chenyu was quite capable, understanding, and able to play along. That was enough. At the time, Ping Jing could have of course rejected this arrangement, but why would she? Forming this subtle connection and playing the role well would only benefit her. She was isolated and helpless here originally. 10 years later, she would probably still just be a language teacher. But with this tie to Han Yun, things were different. Other than being a bit poor, Chenyu's conditions were decent. The key was, they didn't have passionate love between them, so there wouldn't be too many squabbles. Chenyu clearly had his own agenda too, so their marriage would actually become more stable. Having missed the man Ping Jing once deeply loved, now 27 years old, she understood that a stable life was far more important than reality. As for sleeping naked, it had nothing to do with Lao Feng at all, just coincidence. And the excitement after coming home from mahjong was due to the mental and physical fatigue from the games, making her crave release. Ping Jing didn't even know what Chenyu suspected. She only knew his suddenly altered motions. That night rapidly brought her to climax. That was originally the most suited position for her, cultivated by her first love. But Ping Jing wouldn't tell Chenyu clearly. As husband and wife, as long as they supported each other, one day he would figure it out himself. This is what married life is, of the flesh, of this world.